have my kids yet. But so the reason why for my YouTube channel, I have a couple of different things that I do on my YouTube channel so that there's no confusion. I started doing self-help counseling videos because I started going through memory loss in like 2020. Those videos are on one of my YouTube channels. I'm not sure if it's this one. And then from that it built into um homeschooling with my daughter and my son. Well, I don't do my son's on YouTube. I did my son's first, but his is not on. His videos are not on YouTube. He's my oldest. My daughter, when she started her homeschooling, um, hers was not on video right away either. But I did record some of the end before they kidnapped her of her homeschooling stuff and got some pictures, a couple of pictures and stuff, and some of those are so like I guess in the future homeschooling videos, even though that is what I intended to be doing now. Um, but another main reason I'm on YouTube and I've been kind of like from a variety of places, got a little bit of criticism, you know, about like my channel, my what my channel is for, what I am doing, because I do a couple of things. Um, I have to help myself before I can help anybody else. So that's what I've been doing. And it was for myself originally first. It was not for everyone else. It was for myself, for my children, for my grandchildren. I didn't fully understand YouTube. I was on YouTube because I was being isolated from my community and society. I have extreme social anxiety because my granddad was a Freemason and sold his children and grandchildren as sex slaves to his friends and the United States government. Hillary Clinton did try to kidnap me in the first grade, and later did in 2004 through the Truancy Act. Through CPS, where we were further trafficked and demonized and attempted, what is the word I'm looking for, character assassination, but it didn't work. Um Stay on point, don't lose focus. I'm sorry. Hi everyone. Okay, so yeah. So this is a self-help video. I will be doing videos next year. My channel, I do plan on doing sports videos and stuff like that. Thank you. This video is going to be a self-help video for me. This is me aligning and getting my mindset and my journey, and for me to look back at. Yeah, like I was saying, I part the one of the main reasons I do YouTube is because I was isolated from my family. I was isolated from my friends by my family. So I was completely cut off from everyone around me. And it's been it's been since 2019. Um, and I do have like I'm not completely alone. I'm not completely alone. I could call my mom. My mom owns land. If anything happened to me, she would raise hell because she gonna be looking for my burial money. Not that she cares, but if anything happened to me, She definitely gonna reach right out and raise hell and pretend like she cared. Mom, if you're watching this, you're gonna be hurt, but you're inside. You're gonna know that it's true. But anyways, so I do YouTube because I was pushed away from a child. I was rejected from my mom. And I'm not fully mad at my mom about that. My mom did lose her mom at a young age. And so her excuse is always that she lost her mom too and she don't know how to be a mom, which I don't really accept anymore because I didn't have a mom and I was still a mom to my child and I was doing a great job. And I was doing such a great job that the government got mad and sent police to break into my house and kidnap me for resisting arrest charges. I was mostly nonverbal. They assume black people are stupid. You cannot break in somebody's house and arrest them for resisting arrest when you never spoke to them. I'm pressing charges on the whole. I'm pressing charges on the whole police department. Yeah, not stupid. Not stupid at all. I'm quiet, not stupid. People just be assuming because I don't talk and I do stutter. But so I got pushed away. Everybody in my family tell me we don't want you around, we don't like you, this and that. They'll change it up. They gaslight. We'll be like they will completely gaslight. They'll say all that and they'll be like, no, it's you. We love you. We don't. We they do both. But I pay attention. So they'll be like, nobody wants you around, this and that. But when I got money, they want me around. If I don't got money, it's gaslighting. We don't want you around. They started random stuff. So I left. And that's how I was treated softly. That's the soft way of putting it, my entire life. So I made a place for myself on YouTube. And now people are kind of like, people aren't really demanding, but they're kind of like, everyone like, what are you doing for the community? And okay, and I appreciate that because every once in a while it's like, what are you doing for the community? And I am trying to do things for the community. The police did kidnap me. Police did kidnap me and my child. I was like, so got y'all next year. I've been trying and trying to get to y'all, and every time something in life happened to where I just completely have to start all the way over from scratch. And then I got to rebuild my health, rebuild my mental health, re-heal. So I do think about the community. I want to do the sports stuff so much. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sorry. Wasn't reading the comments. Dang, hold on. No, I do not have Down syndrome. That is wild. I have autism. I'm definitely gonna have to check out your page. That's literally low key an insult. But I have autism. You can see me in the autism face, but people with autism. People that's look, okay, actually people that have Down syndrome are adorable too. But anyways, so forgot what it was that. So yeah, so I do make some of my YouTube videos are because I'm completely isolated and I make those videos just for to process my thoughts and for me to watch back later because I'm isolated. I'm not going to force somebody else to be in my life that don't want to be in my life. What the heck? Like a fruit fly. Not about to force nobody to be in my life that don't want to be in my life. So I spend time and it hurts. Like I don't like spending time. I mean, I like spending time with myself, like not on the camera, but spending time with myself on it's because you go days without hearing your voice talk. Like I could not talk most of my life. And a large part of me speaking is because I started making videos on YouTube to help myself grow. I've been doing my work. I'm doing my work. I could not speak. I was mute most of my life. I'm putting in the work. The Most High is helping me. The conversations that I have with people helps. it helps me get a different point of view, a different point of view, a different person's point of view. You guys socialize all the time, so you don't understand what it's like coming from empty to speaking with someone. So for me, when I speak by myself, I can get it done. It is, but it does like when it's two people, when it's just me, it feel like spirit. When it's two people, it feel like flesh, if that makes sense. If not, I don't know a better way to explain it. Mm, sorry, that is something natural that I do my entire life. Moaning is not sexual. I don't even like sex. That is something I've been doing since I was a baby, and I can't help it. And I do that all the time. And when I used to try to force myself to stop, then I just grunt, and it's really ugly. It's not sexual. So, yeah, I'm still gonna try not to do that, but I do that when I'm having a panic attack or have a lot of anxiety. Um, but so yeah, I am gonna continue to do my self help videos again because I'm isolated. I don't know anyone in the world. I don't have anyone to talk to. I was and am trying to get my life together. Was focusing on my family setting and found myself being ambushed by my family, by the US government, multiple times and ongoing. And while they're attacking me, they're talking about you're not important and why are y'all attacking me? Like what the fuck? Then leave me alone. Like why are y'all like I'm being set up. My YouTube is being set up. I've been after 15 police officers broke in, assaulted, could have killed me and my child. Like I was completely isolated. Had nobody in the world to talk to. Was just assaulted. And then people were checking me, trying to see how I respond to people's emotions, people being hurt, but ain't nobody in the world responded to me being abused. I'm being called a liar. I'm being treated like less than human. And then somebody wants me to cater to someone else, and if I don't, it's something wrong with me. Fuck everybody that think like that. Fuck y'all real hard because whoever think like that, if you think it's wrong, something wrong with somebody not showing emotions to everybody else that just been beat, assaulted, robbed of their children and everything, and instead of coming to that person as a person, trying to treat them like a charity case, trying to treat them like they're less than you, treating them like the things that they went through is a sob story. I'm not asking for anything from anybody. But if I was just assaulted and if I needed help, like the way people do things are so wrong. I don't even want help for nobody because people don't do things to help. They do it to say that they helped. This is just my life. This is just my life. And it's not okay. I used to wish I had better things to talk about. I kind of don't care anymore. And not in a negative way. It's just, I don't know. So, yeah, this year I'm going to continue to make my self help videos. I don't know what else is going to be in the making for this year. But then next year, and then when I find still this year, we'll be putting in more of those videos for the community and stuff. But I have to take care of my healing first. I have to take care of my healing first. You can't help nobody if you don't help yourself. Nobody can help anyone if they don't help themselves. Right? So, the hell? I don't got no moderator. Hold on, my bad. What the heck is this talking about? Oh no, okay, yeah, anyone could, my bad, y'all. Hold on, cause it's saying that I got moderators and I don't. Okay, hold on. Okay, bro. So yeah, I am recovering from memory loss. I am restoring my language and speech because my granddad was a Freemason. He worked with the CIA to sell drugs through his prominent self-owned business of being a electrician, which is something that would be good in our community as one of the first brown skinned electricians in the community, but that backstabbing traitor destroyed his community like a lot of seems like some do, and sold drugs throughout the prominent community where then that community that I grew up in young, all the black people out there own their own land. And my granddad helped decimate that. Not many people own their land out there anymore that I know of, or they've moved. And he also sold his children and grandchildren as slaves and to be experimented on for monetary value by the US government, right? So nobody spoke to me to make sense all of my life. They spoke confusion, they spoke gibberish. I was beaten, I was assaulted, I escaped. Okay, getting to my mind. And so, yeah, started YouTube, and my memory is recovering so much. My memory is recovering so much. And that is partly also why I isolated myself from my family too, because I was under so much. I was being abused. I do not do drugs. And that's what I was a very peaceful person. I don't do drugs. My body is very important to me. Very important. Very precious. Weed is not a drug. It is good for you. And I was being harmed. And I was being secretly drugged. That's something that'll make me take somebody's life. Altering my body? Yeah, that's getting yourself I'm not even gonna get into it. But so I had to get away from my family because they have no respect for my boundaries whatsoever my entire life. When I say something, when I have a boundary, they say, I'm gonna break it. My mama say, I'm gonna break it. I'm not allowed to have boundaries. That's weird. My whole life. Not allowed to have boundaries. Saying no is a sin. I get beat. And the family wonder why I'm not around. And those are little things. It's way worse. My mind keeps spacing out. I learned that when my body is trying to recall something traumatic, it just like tries to start shutting my brain down. And then I'll start stuttering. And if it's too traumatic, then it'll make me black out or pass out. I was only assaulted. So I did not learn how to regulate emotions. They just come when they come. Like sometimes I'll be randomly crying and it won't be nowhere around the time period that the stuff happened. Later in life. Like, so that messed up my language and speech development, which I've been working on. And I've been doing a really good job. I've been doing so good that people have been thinking I've been gaslighting them because, of course, I don't just, man, I've been pulling people while I couldn't talk and everything. Couldn't talk for shit. But, anyways, so yeah, I don't be letting people know what I don't know. I only am now because the government is gang stalking me. They keep breaking in. And I am not okay. They didn't kidnap my child. And they're trying to cause a public scene so that they can put me in a mental ward, unalive me, whatever. So I have to get my communication down. So I don't know when the next time they're going to attack me because it's been some months. And at first they was just bombing me, sending me AI videos of people being unalived, sending IDF agents to try to unalive me in a Kroger. A lot has been going on. Coming after my YouTube channel because after they kidnapped me, I went on a tangent, a racist tangent that I never been on in my life. It was definitely very, very, very racist a couple of years ago after I was brutally assaulted and kidnapped in front of my 6-year-old child. Definitely was. Any white people that's not racist, I'm sorry. Definitely went on a racist rant for the first time in my life. That old bastard grabbed me by my coochie. Uh, Definitely, I pray I find out who he is because he got it coming. V for Vendetta. Definitely pressing charges. So, definitely when I'm at, definitely lost my shit. Definitely showed it. And they're probably going to try to use that to take my YouTube channel down. If you go throughout the rest of my life, I ain't never been racist a day in it. Except for 2024, when I went on a whole year-long tangent after my daughter was kidnapped and 15 police officers broke into our unit and brutally assaulted us. And 2 weeks later, gave me paperwork saying that I was arrested for resisting arrest. And they tried to lose my paper so bad. They tried to keep me up in there indefinitely so bad, but I'm not a bad person. And all the officers go, why is she in here? Why is she in here? She don't do nothing. Why is she in here? Everybody kept asking about me. So yeah, I'm not about to be normal. Tavia is not about to be up in nobody's face begging them to be under them. I've been isolated my whole life. I'm losing my speech. I'm losing communication. And when I say I have no one in the world, that is not a pity. That's literally just the truth. I will still be rebellious and stay by my life is never a pity party. When I walk alone, I'm still a king walking alone. I am saying my life because the government is gang stalking me. I don't know when another attack is going to happen again. And I need everything documented. I need to process my mind. I need to process my thoughts. Because I also have short-term memory loss. And every time they assault me, my memory completely wipes. And I have to start remembering who I am completely over again. And then my YouTube channel just looks like I'm not doing nothing with it. And I'm playing with it. But really I'm being gang stalked. And then I have to repair my mind because from an infant, I've only been being brutally, physically, and sexually abused and then left completely on my own to whether I live or die. Not completely on my own. Like, well, that's because my mom was being drugged and abused too. So she would sleep for long periods of time. But when she wasn't, she would always come look for me and stuff. But she was never available because She was being abused. She was being drugged, and we were being abused at times when we were younger in the same room with her. So I understand that because every time I try to spend time with my daughter, because I was abused, and we, until the police broke in and assaulted us, was never abused. My daughter, to my knowledge, was never abused. But just the abuse that I went through, like I set up a whole play area in our living room for my daughter. I didn't have no furniture for myself in the living room. I had the kitchen. We had a nice little nook. Um, and I had an office in my closet because being in the closet was the only place I felt safe because it was the only place I wasn't getting abused. The closet in the bathroom. So those were my two spaces, and I had my own room. My daughter had her own room, um, and then she had the living room because I never felt like I had a safe place. So it was very important to me that my child had a safe place. Um, and that was the beginning of this. I was seeking the Most High, the beginning of Salvation is Love events. Hey, Oli Life, happy birthday! Happy birthday! I hope you have a great one. Praise Yah. Dang, see, my memory be, yo. So yeah, if you guys see me doing videos like these are my self-help videos because I am isolated and the government is gang stalking me. Because my granddad was a Freemason and he worked with the government and CIA to sell crack cocaine throughout the then prominent black community and destroyed our entire community in Mead Valley, California, and that is why it is called a ghetto. Because my granddaddy, and I hope he ain't the only one, like just because of like how fucked up it is, I hope he didn't single-handedly destroy that shit by himself. I hope he had like two other stupid niggas with him. Cause like, damn. But anyways, yeah, community is completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. And my granddad worked through his business to destroy the then prominent black community. And he also sold and sex trafficked his children and grandchildren to the United States government. That will come to families if they see that, and that is why CPS will keep the families with the abusive parents, and the courts and the police will keep the families keep the children with the abusive parents. It's intentional. I was trafficked through the system. I know how it works. I know how it works. So the government will approach your family and they're going to look like the angel. It's only going to be between you. It's going to be between your crooked parent and them. And when your crooked parent back up, they're going to come in like the police. And your crooked parent, they're going to beat it down their face and take them to jail because they were stupid for getting caught. The police ain't never going to tell on themselves unless they get caught. But now the police was coming monthly, have given my aunt condom, police and CPS, give my condoms all over the floor. Condoms. They be having secret meetings. I don't know what the meetings is about. Regularly. The police runs the gangs in the hoods. A lot of the big homies, or not a lot, but some of the big homies, it's compromised. Some of them work for the police. Some of them from childhood have been groomed. Yeah, that's why I can't also go back to the family. I can't be forgetting. So the family tried to make, we were raised in this. Like, there's not too much I can say because, like, with me, I was isolated. I was only being brutally physically abused. When I talk to you guys, when I talk to people and I see people's facial response and they respond, that makes me respond. I was being brutally assaulted. There's nobody responding to my pain. So I'm just talking about my life. I have a high pain tolerance. People, I'll be talking about my life and they be squirting. I'll be like, my bad. Like, I will pass out. My body will just be like, okay, Davia, and I'll probably wake up later. Like, Davia, you're doing too much. But for nobody was responding to my pain, so my pain doesn't say when to respond. My brain doesn't say when. I'm just talking about my life. So I know I was supposed to be the fall guy because I was stupid. They praised a lot of the things that I did. Like I got beaten stuff a lot. I was isolated a lot. But then they told me, "Oh, it's your job to pray for the family. Oh, you're supposed to be the leader of the family. You're the oldest, so you have to set the rules and you have to do." And then they'll have me, and then I'll go do my freedom. And when I seen and set stuff up and stuff, but then I seen that it was a ploy. It was a ploy to try to make me think that I was important in my head and that they were on my side, but then they go on the flip side and sabotage everything like I don't see. And I was mostly nonverbal. So it's a good thing that I couldn't see because I was nonverbal. I was nonverbal and I seen everything. I seen everybody moving, they full moves and plays, thinking they were playing to me and then coming back and smiling in my face. And I just couldn't say nothing. My whole life just felt like I was being eaten alive. Nobody communicated with me. So I could not communicate. Some of my family got code words that are normal words that have abuse trauma behind it so that when they're in public they can say those words and they know that it's going to cause you to freak out and act a certain way, so then they could try to make it look like you have a mental illness or you're disobedient. And this, and I was not spoken to like I'm speaking now. I was groomed, but not groomed. I mean, well, like, cuz I had a lot of etiquette classes. I've had a lot of etiquette classes. That is a type of grooming. Behavior and stuff is grooming, but then there's also dark grooming, right? Which is when you're breaking a person down, you're making them reliable on you, you're grooming them in negative ways, right? And so they tried to groom me, but I seen what they were doing and I rewired what they were doing and I rewired myself. All of my siblings are suicidal. I don't know how they feel about that. I mean, were. They were in the time of their life when they were being abused. They tried to make us all like that. I Health is very important to me. So that's what I started doing. I started getting into health. I started lifting weights. I started doing all of those things and I don't think nobody noticed. And so while I was going through all of the deep abuse, when I would be depressed and stuff, like I did used to like carve hustle. I did used to scratch hustle into my leg, but I didn't like cut myself. I just needed a little bit of pain. I don't like hurting myself. I would not hurt myself. I like pain. I'm not gonna harm myself. But I was never hugged. I was only beat. So at some point, it's the only comfort that for sometimes. And I'm completely not okay with it now. I never was. I can't get to my point. I've been trying to get to my point this whole time. It's 34 minutes and I still have not got to my point. That's also another reason why I got to one point. That's the other reason why I like to be by myself because nobody's going to pressure me to get to a point, which I do need to get to the fucking point. I do need to get to the fucking point. But I keep losing my memory. And then I don't feel bad anymore, but I would feel bad for losing my memory. And I'll try to just like keep talking to hope to get to the point, but then I just be going on tangents, kind of like I am a little bit now, but a lot better because I am getting back to the point. But yeah, I have really short term memory. My aunt said she used to beat me in my head for discipline, and the police knew about it in CPS and allowed it. So communicating is really hard for me. I'm forcing myself to talk, and it's not so hard anymore. It used to be really hard. Those pauses, sometimes, like, I could completely lose my voice. When my body does that, I'm not trying to go silent on purpose. I used to get beat for that and everything because they'd be like, "Oh, she's doing this for the like." Oh yeah, I think that's part because I'm nonverbal, and I think I don't know if they, but they would when I was little, they'd be like that I was being like that on purpose, and people just wouldn't talk to me, but they were also essaying and abusing me and stuff. So like, I don't know if that was like just a part of the ploy. Like I don't know, but that's also why I'm on YouTube because you guys can choose to watch this or not, right? And this one is not for you guys. This video is for me. I'm going to be making sports and stuff videos for you guys next year. This video is my self-healing because my family and everybody pushes me away and tell me don't want nobody want you around, and then when I'm not around, then they talk about, and I'm not about to be doing this back and forth stuff. I'm not. So everybody tell me they don't want me around my whole life. So then I leave, I run away trying to find my own person. And trying to meet my own person, my wife. I read scripture. I have a relationship with the Most High my entire life. I know He is. I don't question His existence. I know His existence is realer than anyone else's on this earth. And I've also read scripture and I know that it is not a sin to be gay. It is a sin to have intercourse outside of wedlock, no matter if you are gay, straight, or poly. And scripture says that. Multiple places in scripture, not just one place. And I believe the founders of these cult religions know that because everything in the American government strategically is bullheaded against scripture. And so is Christianity. So is Christianity. Christianity is very satanic. And if you read scripture, you will clearly, evidently see that for yourself. My memory is improving so much, but it's also still not good at all. I'm gonna say it's like 40-50% recovered. It used to be at like 5. My memory used to be at like 5%. Like I'm not. I used to just be conscious. I used to literally just be conscious. Um, I don't think I'm gonna get to the end of this conversation today, but this is a conversation for myself to heal and grow. I'm gonna watch this video back, sit in my thoughts a little bit more, collect my memories a little bit more, restore my memory a little bit deeper. And yeah, so 2024 and before, I could not communicate like that because of my life. I was not about to tell nobody that I couldn't communicate because I wasn't just about to be like, hey, like, I'm completely hopeless. Just help me all the way. You know, like I tried to everybody kept leaving. So like at a point it was just like, hey, I'm horrible at communicating. This is what I'm working on because I tried so many times to mask it and hide it, but then my relationships didn't make it because there's always a communication There's always a communication barrier. But